time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at it.
You're trying to be a fake-ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to go.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving Donkey of the Day to now?
Well, Sexy Red, Donkey of the Day for Thursday, October 17th goes to Approved by Donald J. Trump, Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President 2024 Inc. I know what you're thinking. Uncle Charlotte, what the hell are you talking about? Donkey of the Day goes to Approved by Donald J. Trump, Paid for by Donald J. Trump for President 2024 Incorporated. Well, the reason I'm saying them is because that is who is at the, end of this propaganda ad, okay, that Trump's campaign is pushing that has myself and DJ Envy in it, okay? Salute to all the members of the Breakfast Club across the country. Drop on the clues bombs for all the Breakfast Club members across the country. If you are a faithful listener of this show, you are indeed a member of the club. I've been seeing them say this to me on social media for a while, but I don't be paying attention to comments like that on social media, so I didn't know what the hell they was talking about. But my canary yellow comrade, DJ Envy, actually sent me the commercial, and earlier this week, Donald J. Trump tweeted it out. Okay, and he put it on his Instagram. He actually posted it the day before I was set to have the audio town hall, We the People, with the Vice President Kamala Harris, which is why I didn't acknowledge it earlier this week, because I know the devil be busy. I know the devil will try and do everything possible to stop and distract you from your purpose. So I ignored it so I could handle my business. But today is a new day. And Brett Baer asked her about it on Fox News last night, so why not? Now, I'm not going to play the commercial, but just know Trump is using DJ and Envy. He's using DJ Envy and I without our permission. Okay, my attorney sent the Trump campaign a cease and desist earlier this week. Did yours?
Yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
All right, but they are running these campaign ads in battleground states and during NFL and college football games. That's why I first saw it. And when I first saw it, we were in here having a conversation about it. My reaction was because of the backdrop of football. It was effective. Okay, first thing you hear in the commercial is Kamala Harris supports taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for inmates. The Trump commercial, has me repeating the line because I'm explaining the commercial to the listeners. And I also say that if you're watching that commercial during football and you hear that line, you're going to say, hell no, I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to that. That's what he used in the ad. By the way, I wouldn't want my taxpayer dollars going to that. But guess what? Like so many other things that I don't want my taxpayer dollars going to, they already are, okay? I believe I haven't really, but I believe that before I really looked into the situation, okay? Simply because I have more pressing issues going on in my life. But the reason I'm giving Donald Trump and his campaign donkey is because, number one, they are using us without our permission, okay? Lawyers already sent a cease and desist letter to his team. But also, this is the strange thing about politics. Vice President Kamala Harris has never been president. So these ads are slamming her for what Donald Trump has already done. See, the ad says Kamala Harris supports taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries for inmates. Well, she's supporting a policy that Trump's administration actually had. Okay, there is a great article in the New York Times that breaks it all down. Under Trump, U.S. prisons offer gender-affirming care. It's just a fact, okay? Trump appointees at the Bureau of Prisons, which is a division of the Justice Department, provided an array of gender-affirming treatments, including hormone therapy for a small group of inmates who requested it during Mr. Trump's 4 years in office. In a February 2018 budget memo to Congress, Bureau officials wrote that under federal law, they were obligated to pay for a prisoner's surgery if it was deemed medically necessary, and legal wrangling delayed the first such operation until 2022 when Trump was no longer in office. But under Trump, the law stated transgender offenders may require individual counseling and emotional support. Medical care may include pharmaceutical interventions, hair removal, and surgery. This statement in part reflected guidelines that officials in the Obama administration released shortly before they left office in 2017, which were geared at ensuring transgender inmates can access programs and services that meet their needs. So this is the law. And it's been the law under quite a few administrations. The most significant change the Trump administration made in the treatment guidelines after it took over was the addition of the word necessary, which the New York Times says created a higher but not insurmountable barrier to federally funded surgeries. I'm telling you, politics is just politricks. And I've realized it's all about who can blame who first, okay? And one thing Trump has mastered is the disinformation game. I told the vice president this Tuesday, it's not just you versus Trump, it's you versus disinformation. And people eat it up. If you watch this ad, you probably think Envy and I are Trump supporters, and you think Vice President Kamala Harris supports taxpayer-funded gender transition surgeries. But it's more nuanced than that. As she said last night on Fox with Brett Baer, when asked about it, she said she's going to follow the law, just like Trump did. Let's listen.
Are you still in support of using taxpayer dollars to help prison inmates or detained illegal aliens to transition to another gender?
I will follow the law, and it's a law that Donald Trump actually followed. You're probably familiar with, now it's a public report, that under Donald Trump's administration, these surgeries were available on a medical necessity basis to people in the federal prison system. And I think, frankly, that ad from the Trump campaign is a little bit of like throwing, stones when you're living in a glass house. He spent $20 million on those ads, trying to create a sense of fear in the voters because he actually has no plan in this election that is about focusing on the needs of the American people.
Now, the vice president said $20 million on propaganda. Actually, it's like $65 million on anti-trans ads. Let's go to News Nation for the report, please.
Well, while the economy, abortion, and immigration all remain top issues for voters, the Trump campaign is trying something different. Trump and his allies spending tens of millions of dollars on political ads focusing on transgender issues in the weeks leading up to the election. The ads playing in key swing states, all in an attempt to win over suburban female voters. Let's bring in correspondent Elizabeth Pran. So, Elizabeth, Republicans think they have found a winning message here.
Yeah, this is fascinating, right? If you follow the money, essentially, where early voting numbers indicate that there is a lot of eager folks, right, willing to get out early and vote early. What do they care about? Well, they care about the economy, right? They care about immigration. But former President Donald Trump is dumping, as you mentioned, a ton of money into ads pertaining to transgender issues. If you look at a Gallup poll, 90% say the economy is extremely or very important. They're concerned about democracy. If you look at transgender issues, that trails around 38%.
Suburban female voters, y'all care about that more than Roe v. Wade being overturned? Y'all care more about that than women's reproductive rights being stripped away? To the vice president's point, there are way bigger issues. There are two things that the American people care about: how they can get more money in their pocket and how we can be safe. That's it. Okay, the economy is the number one issue. 90% of the people say the economy is the number one issue. Regardless of what your race is, sexuality, gender identity, religion, cash rules. Where the dollar's at, okay? What's the point of talking about anti-trans ads right now? $65 million on anti-trans ads? Man, drop that bag to people here in America who need it. Now, folks care about where their money is going, which is why when we see this ad that says our money is going to gender transition surgeries for inmates, we like, hell no. But the reality is it all falls under the umbrella of inmates, okay? Any inmates in the prison system getting the proper health care they need, okay? But you don't realize that until you do a little digging. It is possible to find the truth in a world full of lies, but sadly, you do have to look for it because nobody is going to give it to you, especially politicians during election season. Please let Chelsea Handler give approved by Donald J. Trump, paid for by Donald J. Trump for President 2024 Inc., the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
My mother was very disturbed with that one.
Really?
Yeah. I've been getting texts to me all week.
Because they've been playing commercials where it seems like Charlamagne and myself support Donald Trump with this ad that they spent $20 million, and it's all over the TV, it's all over social media. Like, they spent a lot of money on those ads.
$65 million.
Jesus Christ. Just on those ads. Not on all ads. I mean,
you could have took that money and dropped it in the hood. I heard today that he's going to pop up at a barbershop in the Bronx. Somebody told me that. I think it's a barbershop on Castle Hill or something.
Yeah, he's going to the Bronx.
$20 million. He's going to the Bronx.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Take that bag and drop it in the hood.
It's coming somewhere around here too. Yeah, he's running around.
You got $65 million for anti-trans?
Charlotte, your lawyer sent a what?
Cease and desist.
That word was beating his ass up. That word was effing you up.
Say it one more time.
What am I saying wrong about it? Cease and desist?
Oh, no, you got it now earlier.
What I said earlier.
He was like,
remix. I was like, whoa. Them words hate to see you coming.
I just want y'all to see hell for a day. I don't want y'all to spend eternal life there, but just
because you're gonna be the tour guide.
I just want to see.
You got car service and all that set up.
Day, just 24 hours in hell. For
just
both
one more
of y'all.
time for the people. Say cease and desist. Slow.
Your hair a little open up here. Just up here at the top. What is that? What do you call that? The widow
You
peak?
mad?
Like, it's like
You
somebody
mad.
just drew the blinds back a little bit.
It's a widow's peak because I have hair.
That's right. That's
You
right.
mad because my hairline still
right,
exists.
gals.
No, but it's just right there at the
Oh,
top.
I see you. Put that hood back on.
All right, when we come
Just
back,
close the blinds a little bit before.
let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051.
A little bit.
Donkey Today is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.